My name is Ann Kaloki, and I am a clinical nutritionist by profession, and I work at HealthX as the wellness advisor. So, talk about a lot of different aspects of wellness, nutrition, fitness. So today we are very privileged to be on this space where we are going to be talking about the benefits you would gain or someone gains from having a fit life. And I'm sure as we go through this discussion, some of you will have realized or will even note some things which they have actually gained from having a fit life. So when it comes to fitness, the first thing when we talk about it, what people think about is like building muscles, kutengeneza your six pack, losing weight. Other things people may also think about is just having a fit lifestyle. And this is not the only thing which you gain from creating a fit lifestyle. There are so many other things you can have from having a fit lifestyle besides the overall look, where you're going to create a very beautiful image of yourself. You feel nice about yourself. And now we can just go in and dive into what you expect or what will actually happen if you create a fitness lifestyle every single day. So basically, you'd find what is advised maybe for a workout or creating an activity in a week. We say around 150 minutes a week that actually give you that minimum baseline of having a fitness life. So which means giving yourself around 30 minutes every day and taking a break, 2 days break for your body also to recover, because sometimes you find during these workouts or when you're working out, your body can go through some very advanced stages, especially for those people who are just starting working out. So it doesn't mean you really need to go in those 30 minutes every day at once. If you have time, that would be best. If you can create that time for you to have the 30 minutes at once, that makes sense. But you can also have yourself dividing these 30 minutes into 10 minutes, where you can just do a few activities. Is it skipping rope? Is it walking? Do you love swimming? Just the simple kind of exercise you can think of. And working out, it does not really mean that you have to subscribe. I'm not trying to shun out gyms. No, gyms are good. But it doesn't really mean that you have to pay for that subscription for you to go to the gym. You can create even activities for yourself in the house. You can create just a few things you can do even in the office. So that you find that, because sometimes you find the life has been so busy, you don't even have that time to go. But if you get time to go, the better. And the best thing when you get time to go, make sure that you have someone to help you through, because people will leave, go to the gym, work out, they don't know what to do. So you end up maybe doing a kind of exercise which is not benefiting you as much as it should be. But when you're having a fitness instructor with you, this person is going to help and guide you through on what you need to do. So one way you gain from having a fitness lifestyle is creating a holistic well-being, which emphasizes on your physical self, your body-wise. Like remember I talked about the image. If you're feeling good, if you look good, you feel like you've done well, you've created that body you want, it gives you that feel-good kind of feeling. It gives you confidence. You find like even expressing yourself, talking to people, when you wear that dress or that cloth you love the most, because your body looks and feels good, you're having confidence within yourself. Again, a fit lifestyle also gives you that advanced feeling of creating energy. And how does the body create energy, or how does it increase your energy? Number one, working out is good for your brain. So when you work out, like mostly people who do exercise in the morning, they will bear the truth, like during the day, their working is easy. Even thinking straight is easy for them. Having the foggy mind, where you find like you're forgetting things in moments when you're not supposed to be forgetting, or you're dropping things in between, this does not happen, because exercise increases the circulation of blood into your brain. When you work out, it increases the flow of blood into your brain, and again, it has been believed that when you have enough blood going to your brain, it also helps to grow your brain cells. And if this is helping grow your brain cells, it means you're creating more room for you to gain even more or new ideas or new learnings. So even some studies have also shown that people in school who do a lot of exercise, they end up performing better than those people who don't, because now there's this supply in the brain which is giving them enough time to grow, or giving them the energy and oxygen enough to help their cells to regenerate and continue growing new more cells, giving enough room. Ni kama uhama nyumba ya bed sitter, unaenda one bedroom, then next time two bedroom, then another time you build a big house for yourself. So you're always creating space for yourself to put in anything new you want to put in. Then again, it helps in regulating hormones, and especially helps in releasing the happy hormones, what we call the endorphins. Endorphins are the happy hormones. So you find most of the time these people who have created this behavior of working out, they have a happy, they are always happy, they know how to control their moods. Hata mtu akimkasirisha haraka, they somehow know how to handle it before they jump into making fast decision. So it gives you that happy feelings, releases those endorphins. And of course, if it is helping you release endorphins which are making you happy, it also helps fight now the stress hormones, which are the ones we call the cortisols and the like. So when you are beginning to exercise, this hormone known as cortisol reduces before and during and after the exercise. So you find if you are having stress, that is one way, like someone who is going through stress at the moment can really help themselves go through this. And that's why you hear most of the time, like you'll be told, if you're not having a good time, instead of staying in the house and cooking yourself and just staying there, step out of the house, take a walk. Walking is a form of exercise. Take a walk, clear your mind. By the time you come back, or maybe you've just done a session of exercise, or you've just gone maybe to swim, or you just took a rope and did a few jumps. By the time you're done, you realize that most of the things, or the down weight you were feeling before, it's not going to be there anymore. It will have reduced with a very high percentage, and you'll be feeling much better. So exercise helps us to fight stress. The other thing, exercise helps. I know people, or I know you have had to create a dense bond, or you want to have stronger bonds. Yeah, lately you've been hearing people are breaking their legs here and there. Mtu anavunjika mkono bure, miguu unavunja mguu bure. When you follow up the lifestyle of maybe someone who is having this happening to them, you would find that this is someone who has always had a very sedentary lifestyle, or they have not been doing much with the exercise, which makes the bone a little bit weak and decreases the density of the bone. So once you keep on working out, this helps create a stronger bone, especially for people who are getting into older age, and helps reduce the cases of having issues like osteoporosis in future, things like arthritis, things which bother people a lot when it comes to bone health. So this helps you create strong and more denser bones. So exercising is also very good when it comes to create your bone health. If you're a person, maybe you have issues of sleep. Let's say, for example, let's talk about small kids. When you let your child go out and play, when they come back to the house and they've taken a bath, the next thing, what happens is they want to sleep. Now, because of this working out, your body gets this heat and energy. And by the time now you're sitting down and you're coming down, now the brain is relaxing and it is hitting the reset button. It is telling your body it's time to relax. So after a very good workout, you'd find that getting sleep and sleeping is very easy. So if you're having issues with sleep, you're having insomnia, besides having medication being put on, you'd feel or you'd hear the doctor also advising you to put in a bit of work to work out, so that at least you can improve your quality of sleep, and that you may end up getting into that deep sleep and enjoying your sleep as you are in bed. So the other thing is like helps you in creating a mental alertness. I mentioned about how forgetting things is not going to be there because of good supply of blood in your brain. Blood is rich in oxygen, and oxygen rejuvenates you. So creating memories, remembering things, being alert, and not finding yourself like you're going into a high mode and just going down again and sleeping and those kind of things. For people again who have issues with insulin issues and those kind of stuff, exercise helps to maintain a constant energy supply. So you don't end up having high spikes of insulin and drop downs very fast. So by doing exercise, you find that you're maintaining a certain or a consistent amount of how your body is regulating insulin. So which means that if you're having issues like diabetes and stuff, it's been sorted out. Besides, again, exercising, helping in preventing osteoporosis and bone issues, it helps also prevent things like dementia, especially for people who are getting into older age. It's been shown that for people who are in their 60s who do at least exercise 3 times a week, they end up improving their memories and they don't get into that stage of being in a dementia stage. Also, developing things like diabetes, the type 2 kind of diabetes, because you're regulating and cutting down fat and reducing the risk of also contracting other cardiovascular kind of diseases like hypertension. We've talked about diabetes type 2 and the like. So we've said you need to at least have yourself exercising at least 115 minutes a week, which is division of at least 30 minutes every day. So how does it further enhance your productivity? Besides it giving you good bone health, there's a process which we call, I remember in high school you learned about mitochondria, and we used to say it's the powerhouse of energy. So there's the process where it helps or create more creation of mitochondria in the body, which you call mitochondrial biogenesis. So the moment you're working out, the first days seem to be very hard. When you're working out, you're feeling good. Then the next day or the next few days, you're feeling so much pain in your joints. This is because your joints have not been used to this, and they create what you call the lactic acid, because now it's a strain which has come into them. So by the time now 3 days are done, you realize that this goes down. So already when this happens, you start feeling those pains, you don't stop, you continue, because now by stopping now, you're even going to make even the pain more. Yeah, it's going to be painful, but at least you do something further, but not which is going to be strenuous, but continue doing the exercises. Within no time, your body will get used, and by the time it is 6 months time, you'd find yourself like if you have been able to maintain that routine within 6 months, it is going to be hard for you to fall off. Between now these 6 months is when you find people falling off, but once you've reached 6 months mark and you're going, you'll find yourself that you're able to go on with it. So what happens is you work out, now your body now continues to create more mitochondria, which helps in let me say the word, giving food, like digesting, let me use for lack of a better word, digesting the proteins and the energy within the muscles to give you more energy. And that's why now as time goes by, you're able to do even an activity which you were not able to do before. You're doing it with less strain and easily. And when you get to this stage now, you know that your body has become very adapted to this kind of exercise, and you take it now in a higher notch or make it a little bit more strenuous or a bit more advanced for you. So with creation of this kind of energy you're getting from the mitochondria biogenesis, you find you're giving yourself extra energy in even doing other activities in the house. you don't have those downtimes as much as they used to be there, because there's enough energy in the body to keep you going. So exercising has shown to be very important. In nutrition, as myself as a nutritionist, we believe when it comes to maintaining your body weight or keeping yourself healthy, 80% of all this is contributed by what you eat, but 20% is contributed by exercise. However, when you look at the kind of advantages you're gaining from exercising, they are very, very important. So as much as you try to maintain your plate method or making sure that you're eating right, it's also good for you to make sure that you're trying to keep these two going together. So you have to keep it in a balance. Yeah. So we have a question here from Tinsky MD. What kind of exercise should one do when you are overweight, like a BMI of 30? I was told running is not good for your knees if you are too heavy. Thank you. So first, before you dive into any exercise, it's good for you, remember like what I mentioned, if it's an exercise which is going to be very advanced, it's good for you to consult with a fitness person so that you don't end up causing issues to yourself. Yes, the knees support a lot of weight in our body, and again, by overworking them, it's easy for you to tear something or even cause advanced issues of even spoiling the synovial fluid and kind of things. What you start small. You start small, exercising like things like aerobics, or you can set up things like you do like simple walks, or then you can do things like dancing. Dancing is known to be a very good exercise because it actually shakes almost every part of your body. There's an exercise in going there. And then now, as you notice, as time goes by and you see that you're getting too much used to this exercise, and you also see now there's a good effect, within 3 months you'll be able to see this. Now you can get now into the advanced now kind of exercising. So not like running like a marathon, no. You can, jogging is okay, doing like maybe simple walks, like timing yourself like 10,000 steps every day, or going up the stairs and down. Yeah, do not rush into treadmill, which is also the same as running. Rope skipping, however, you have to be very careful so that you don't even end up falling off, but start with just giving yourself like 50 skips, 100, then you continue now gaining momentum as you continue. Yeah. Do we have another question? So remember, as I mentioned earlier, I'm just going to be sharing a few tips. I'm no expert in exercising, but I have tips which I can share because we have always been talking about nutrition, and we know nutrition goes hand in hand in exercising. And I felt it's very important for us to see what importance or what someone can gain from working out. Yeah. Do you have any other question? If you have a question, please, you can type in. Let me check. And also note that HealthX does not only give you medical advice from our doctors. We also have a clinical psychologist who also you are able to talk to if you have any issues or you want to consult on anything. And then we have now where the nutrition part of it comes in. So besides, again, when we say like those good things which are going to be happening, exercising is preventing you from getting these advanced chronic diseases. It means it's also giving some very good impact into prolonging your lifespan. Yeah? Now the life expectancy seems to be going lower and lower as time goes by. People are not living further to what used to be expected. But as you put yourself into exercising, you find that you're keeping and prolonging your life further because you're preventing a lot of things from happening. So if you want to live long, be on your feet. Don't just sit throughout or not do anything about it. So what about body composition? How does one reduce their body fat? So there are different ways of reducing body fat. One, how you prepare your food matters. Body fat in sense of also including cholesterol and everything. How you prepare your food also matters. Cooking your food, make sure you use just a little limited amount of oil. Increase the fiber intake in your food, like half of your plate should be fiber, which you can get from the non-starchy vegetables. Not what I'm saying is non-starchy vegetables, because they're full of fiber. Secondly, exercising. When you exercise, you burn fat. When you exercise, you burn fat. But not when you don't eat and you end up burning fat. You're burning fat in the wrong way, because you're giving your body a very strenuous time for it to convert fat again back into energy. So the best ways of you to burn fat is to do exercise. And the other best way for you to prevent yourself from gaining too much fat is staying away from these foods which can easily cause storage of fat in your body very fast, and also reducing the sit down time and working on not having quite a very sedentary lifestyle. I like when I talk about foods like things with added sugars, like cakes, we have sweets, we have sodas. These are just empty calories you're taking in, and the next thing, when they go in the body and you're not being very active, what happens? They get transformed into fat and stored in the body. And the only way to get it out is through working out. And by working out, most of the time you have to make sure that you are building some muscles, because muscles are very dense and they burn fat very fast. So you find even people who are very masculine, for them, even if they don't end up doing so much exercise, for them burning fat is very easy, because now the muscles kill it very fast. So you'd find, that's why you find a person with too much fat has very little muscles. Someone who has a lot of muscles, they end up having very limited body fat, or very little to that fat. So the only best way to burn fat is working out and making sure that you're eating the right kind of food. Have a lot of fibrous food, which you can get from vegetables, which you can also gain from whole fruits. I'm not talking about fruits which have been juiced or those which have been blended. I'm talking about whole fruits. If you're having your maembe, kula hata kama ni ile ya kulamba hivi, kiwa na hiyo ngozi yake, full of fiber. If you are having your cereals, they're full of fiber. When you go to buy your bread, rather go for the whole meal than the one we call the brown bread, because it's just literally brown. Eh? Someone has just done some things to make it brown. The one, how would you know the difference between a brown bread and the real whole meal? A whole meal bread, you can actually see the wheat bran or the seeds in it. Yes. Then now also the part of looking on sugars, go down, like ukipika chai, use very minimal sugar, or just don't. When you're buying your foods, or you're buying things from the supermarket, be wise, read the labels, avoid things when you just see added sugars, go leave it alone. If you can right now, moving to the kisiagi is a much better kind of a thing, instead of having this highly refined kind of food. If you must, make sure that you have enough fiber in your plate. Like I said, half of your plate goes to your vegetables, a quarter of it goes to your carbohydrates. Carbohydrates include ugali, rice, mashed potatoes. We talk about chapati, roti, those kind of, now those are just but examples of carbohydrates. And now the other quarter now goes to your proteins. Yes. Do we have another question? But remember, key to burning fat is exercise. Yeah, you just can't burn fat by sitting down. You have to do something about it. Do you have another question? Let me see. And please make sure you follow our page and tell your friends to follow too. So, in a nutshell, exercising is not just about losing weight, gaining muscles, creating a great body, but it also gives a lot of advantages when it comes to your brain health, when it comes to your overall health, including prevention of chronic diseases. It also helps you fight stresses, gives you the energy to work throughout the day. You are able to get enough sleep and rest, and you are also trying to add a little more to your life, an extra month or a year, depending on what you're doing, because you are fighting all these other issues. Helps you increase your productivity. You're always going to be that employee of the year. Kila mwaka wewe ndo unapata hizo magifts because you're trying to do something great with yourself. And also in some cases it also helps improve social connection, because you find when you go to work out, you don't end up working by yourself, and that's why you'd find the people who make connections when they're playing golf. It's a game and where you're swinging it, so your hands are getting into it. You go to the gym, or maybe you have in a group of people, you're deciding to go and take a hike together. You've decided that you need to go and do something together. It's a gym community. You people are together. You meet new people, make connections, and that helps you also create a lot of connection with people, and you end up now bringing new people in your life. And yeah, more and more about it. Yes. So I don't see any more questions that are coming in. Okay. But please, if you have any question, or maybe you need us to do something with you, maybe on nutrition, maybe you want to consult with our psychologist, or maybe you want to consult with our doctors, we are available 24/7. You can call our toll-free number, or 800-720-795, and then someone will talk to you, explain to you what happens. We've been having an offer which has been running for a very long time. You'll be able to find the details in our page. You'll be able to do a consultation, get help, and also maybe have a further talk on what you want us to discuss about. Yeah. So now, because I don't see any other question coming in, I would like now to close, and I hope the tips and we have talked about have really given you some insights and shown you the advantages you're going to be gaining when you keep a fit lifestyle. And people are going to be more fit. Yeah? Buy ropes. Remember, buy ropes to skip, not to do other things. Buy ropes. If you can, play football. If you can, go to a court, play basketball. If you can, put a Zumba on your YouTube, on TV, dance in the house, do some few reps on your stairs, up and down, up and down. If it gets to a point where you feel like you're feeling that this is becoming very easy for me, add another rep on top of it, and I'm sure you'll actually start seeing what advantages you're gaining from it. If you can, again, get on your bicycle, ride. It's an exercise also for yourself. Remember what we said. If you find that your weight is very high, the question which was asked earlier, don't rush into running. Do a momentum of just slowly and gaining up. When you go to the gym, if you can, get someone to help you through, because it's better when you have someone who can show you how you are able to achieve your results. Because if you go blindly, you'll find yourself that you go into the gym, but what you just go do is take photos to show us that you are actually doing it, but it's not really happening, so that you can get the advantages. People need to sleep better with the stresses which are happening within our country and everyday life. People need to create more energy to be more productive and work better. And one thing which will help you easily without having to bite a coin or sweat over it with your money, even if you have to, is very little of it, is by exercising. And I know this is going to be very helpful. One doctor, let me try and remember her name, she's a professor and she has given a lot of stories about how exercise has really helped her. And if let me just take, yeah, she's her name is Dr. Wendy Suzuki. You're able to see a lot of her videos on YouTube. She talks very much advancedly on how exercise really helped her in time when she really needed it, especially when it came to growing memory and brain health. So you want to grow your brain health, you want to grow your memory, the only way is by exercising. That is one of the best way to do it. Yes, so thank you very much, and I would like to wish you a wonderful evening. And thank you for joining, and HealthX is happy to have had you here. Asanteni sana. Bye.